Fall is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell.
Although I am not going back, I am feeling hopeful and excited for those who do have the ability to go back in person.
Even though I'm not going back to school, the thought of going back to school does make me kind of nervous, but also really excited.
Excited.
I'm nervous, but really hopeful.
Going back to school, I think I'm most excited to just be back in the overall environment of school.
It makes me feel hopeful. Even though I personally am not going back, the idea of going back to school makes me feel pretty hopeful that we're slowly working in the right direction of getting back to normal.
Welcome back to That's So Raven on the Sequoia News Network. I'm Sammy.
And I'm Nicolette. With some of the new lifted restrictions, a lot of sports are starting to begin again. If you're interested in participating in any of them, feel free to visit seqsports.com or email Melissa Smith, the athletic director.
Juniors, tomorrow there's a meeting for anyone who is planning on applying to private or common application colleges. Look on the Sequoia website for the Zoom link and more information about the timing.
And freshmen, make sure to be checking your emails for more information on freshman orientation that will be happening March 24th. If you plan on coming back to in-person school on April 5th, this is mandatory.
Freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, check your emails for information about class selections if you're interested in running for president or vice president of your class for next school year.
And now Paul, doing an interview with one of our fellow Sequoia athletes.
Thank you, Nicolette. I'm joined today by Caitlin Smith. Caitlin, would you like to take a second to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Caitlin Smith. I'm a senior and I'm on the swim team and I play water polo.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what sport are you practicing with right now?
Right now, we are swimming and we practice every day a week. Yeah.
That's a large commitment. I hope that's going well with school and all. How do practices look like? I mean, now that we're in COVID and everything, what's different than usual?
It's fairly similar in most ways. In some ways, though, everyone has their own lane. Before we come into the pool area, we always get our temperature checked and asked the regular COVID questions to make sure everyone's staying healthy and social distant. We also wear masks all the way up until we're about to go into the water. And then right when we come out, we always put them on as well. It's very safe. And I think we are doing really good with health precautions.
That's awesome. I think the pool is probably one of the safest places to be. You get your own lane, it's chlorinated and everything. That's awesome. Thank you so much for meeting with me today. I really appreciate this insight into what swim looks like during distance learning.
Of course. It was great to talk with you, Paul.
And now over to Sean with a club spotlight.
Hi, I'm Sean, and I'm joined by the Global Cultures Club.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Rylan.
So what is the purpose of your club?
The purpose of our club is for people to learn more about different cultures and share their own cultures. And we learn about things like history, traditions, holidays, food, pop culture, etc. So it's like traveling during this pandemic.
That's cool. What challenges has your club faced during the pandemic?
Being on Zoom, the biggest challenge is probably finding interactive activities. So we do things such as making Pictionary games or imaginary trip itineraries for these holidays and cultures that we're learning about.
And now here's Kira with the weather.
Hi, I'm Kira, and this week's weather is forecasted to be partly cloudy and partly sunny.
Now over to the sports leadership class.
So I'm here with Cassie Chin. She's a freshman at Sequoia. Cassie, what are you hopeful for the Sequoia season?
Well, I'm just looking forward to working as a team and representing Sequoia out there on the field.
Great answer. Okay, I'm here with Ellie. She's another freshman. Ellie, what are you excited for this season, or what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to getting to catch and getting to know all my new teammates.
Awesome.
I gotta get my head in the game. Come on, get my head in the game. I gotta get my
And now over to some fellow Sequoia students that will be telling you about their experiences in art this year due to COVID.
Hi, my name's Sammy. I'm going to be interviewing a fellow Sequoia student about her experiences in the IB art department.
I'm Kelly. I'm an IB art student. I'm a junior. I go to Sequoia.
Okay, so first question we have is, what is the IB art course like at home, and how has it kind of changed with COVID?
Well, I think the main difference is that we all have different situations and materials at home. So the project had to be like a lot more open-ended because she can't like have us all do the same thing. But I think what comes with that is that each of our pieces are a lot more diverse for each project, which kind of makes it more interesting.
That's really awesome. That's really great. Okay. Are there any challenges or like obstacles that you've kind of faced with doing IB art in the pandemic?
I think the biggest obstacle is finding inspiration because, first of all, like I rarely leave my house and I'm looking at the same things every single day. So it's really hard to come up with like new ideas from like not getting exposure to new things. And also, normally in an art class, if you're like given a project and you have no idea what you're going to do, you can just walk around the classroom, ask people what they're doing. And then from that, you can like create your own idea. But we can't exactly do that on Zoom. So yeah, I think definitely the biggest obstacle is like finding inspiration from like just the same things that you look at every day and like trying to expose yourself to new things even though you're not going anywhere.
No, yeah, I can see how that can be kind of a struggle. Okay, and then the last question we have for you is, what do you enjoy most about the IB art program?
Miss Ruin is the most enthusiastic person you'll ever meet. So I mean, I have that class 6th period. So it's just really nice. Like at the end of the day, she'll just like, you know, she genuinely cares about each and every one of us. And she really wants us to do our best and, you know, create art that makes us happy. And she's just like, she'll just brighten your day. And she always like has her energy all the way up. And it's really nice.
No, that's really great. I'm really glad that you've like found that community within a class. So those are all the questions we have for you today. Thank you for coming on and letting us interview you. It was really nice to meet with you. So thank you. And now it's going to head over to Paul to talk about how ceramics has changed during the pandemic.
Thank you, Sammy. I'm here today to talk about ceramics and how ceramics looks like during distance learning. And obviously it's different because we can't use clay because we're not even in the studio, but we've still found ways to use the same skills we would have learned if we were working with clay, even online. This is a project that is called a slot sculpture. What it is, it's circles cut out of cardboard that were colored and slots were added so they could be arranged in ways such as the ones we see here. Then this is our quilling work. Quilling is the manipulation of paper strips into a lot of like circular designs. It was incredibly interesting, but also really difficult. But here is an example of what that looked like. All in all, ceramics online has been pretty awesome. I know I was scared because it is so different than what we usually would see if we were in school, but Ms. Waters has found ways to make it a very creative and good environment to learn in.
This has been That's So Raven on the Sequoia News Network. I'm Sammy.
I'm Nicolette, and stay classy, Sequoia.